show you where to excel. He's got the insights like a digital magician, unveiling secrets of the blockchain with precision. Wild stories from the web, he's always in the know. Crypto community, vibing where the treasures flow.
All right, Mega GMs, guys. Oh my God, it's August. Yeah, it's August. Oh my God, this year's flying. Happy August 1st, it's Friday. Excited for today's stream, man. Like casual Friday. We get to get into the market here, something I missed in the weekdays. We've had some killer guests this week. Shout out to Quant.fun, Cyber Sentry, Ring Fence. That was awesome. Mo from Animoca yesterday. We had some killer guests this week. But something to figure out, man, when we have the guests, we don't do our market review and we don't get to dive into the Genesis launches and we're not looking for alpha. And maybe it was a good week for that to happen. It's not. It's a little different. It's a little different right now. So today we'll get to do our catch up here. And of course, on the Friday stream, we're live on video, right? But we're also live over on X on Spaces. So a quick heads up for you guys, if you want to get in on the conversation, that we're live over on that side. Katz, I see you over in Spaces. Can you give me a thumbs up if you hear me? Just like I didn't even post this on like the video on X yet. I just want to make sure all the like audio stuff's all set here. So if you hear me over on Spaces, give a thumbs up if you can. And if so, then I'm going to post the show on the Swarm account. Okay, cool shit. Cats can hear. Good stuff. By the way, Carbon, good morning, man. Drop King, GM, sir. My boy Cats. Mufasa, good morning. All right, let me kick this off then. Let me get the abstract stream started. In the meantime, guys, smash the like on the show. Of course, come over to CryptoSlam on YouTube. Subscribe over here. Again, we got these, killer freaking guests coming on. And so much alpha, and especially with the way, the metas are changing, right? It's really clear. Katz and I had a nice chat yesterday about how much the meta's changed and taking profits and the when and the timing and all that. And the point there is Genesis launches are different. They're just so different right now. Yes, you can find some and you can win. They're few and far between, and those wins aren't as extreme as they were, 2 months ago. It's a really different space now, and you got to recognize and you got to be able to adjust to that time. And so, like we've been talking about here, it's time to find the established things, the guys who are building, the guys who are going to have the next, token that goes from pre-sale to 10 mil, but it's a slower grind up there. It's an organic grind up there, and I do think we see those. I think we're seeing plenty of those. Look at Billy Betts. That agent dropped to, when we'll talk about Billy Betts today, but that agent was as low as like 1 or 2 mil in the past, let's say, 6 to 8 weeks. That thing ripped up to 10 mil since their migration to base. And by the way, as far as topics for today, we're going to dive into the market. Can't wait for that. Tons of updates, though. We've got Vader's agent live in the ACP. We've got some Yap updates from them. Arbus chirps we'll get into. The only Genesis launch that's really done anything this week, Jackpots. Of course, we got to talk about the Butler agent and the Luna meme coin launchpad. I didn't see that one coming, and I like it. Maybe it's flying under the radar a bit here, but I do like it. Billy Betts, of course, we'll talk about their migration and their fundraise, which, spicy. Love those guys. Acolyte also moved to base, right? Rabita bought a CryptoPunk. And then the Wack AI yapping program. We got a ton to get to. There's no way in hell this stream is going to be just an hour today. So a heads up about that. And let me just post this and then we'll get rocking here. And then Cats, you're welcome up anytime. I might limit, how many people come up today. I guess I want everybody to come up. I do want to keep it a little tighter though. So when people come up to chat, and I'll say this, with an exception to Cats, this does not apply, but for the most part, I'll ask people to keep takes shorter just so we can keep it moving along. Cats, different for you, dude. You talk, you tell us what you need to tell us. Okay. All right, we're bringing Cats up here. I'm posting on X. Boom. Okay, I think we're good here. Yes, sir. Cats, welcome, buddy.
Hey, good morning. You know how many people in spaces right now, so I don't think you have to limit the stage.
No, but I'll have to say that again here when it does fill up. It's a slower grind because I don't promote this shit ahead of time. Again, that's something I got to fix, but it's a stealth spaces in a way. Cheyenne, good morning. I see you there. All right, let's take a quick look at the market. I'm pretty out of touch. I see people like, Will posting on the timeline just talking about, virtual token down. Yes. Yeah. But context, like of where the other tokens sitting around with, I imagine they're down right along with it. I do want to say this. I'll say this like right at the front, because I think, again, it's a good time to be looking for alpha and looking at, maybe some opportunities. Okay, maybe most of you might not agree with this. I'm curious, Katz, if he does. But man, by the way, good morning, Chris. Okay, if you still believe in virtuals, and I'll tell you, I do. I think when all is said and done, virtuals still has the potential to get through this cycle and become like a poly market, become like a pump fund, become one of those like core applications that launched this cycle that has like product market fit. I really still see that for virtuals. And because of that, I still see a huge opportunity with the Virgin meme coin. It's like a leveraged play on virtuals, or it's the degen culture play there, right? It is, if there's a meme coin in this ecosystem, which there is, and there's about to be a bunch more if the Luna launchpad really takes off. But there's one meme coin that I think rules above them all if memes work over here, and that's the Virgin token. That token right now is sitting at an 800K market cap. Its high was what, 35 mil? I see opportunities there. I see it. It's a gamble. Risky play, yes, but I mean, at this level, I mean, you don't have a lot to lose, and I think there's upside. Risk reward. Some risk, high reward if you think the virtuals ecosystem explodes again. And if you think the vibes come back, and that's all that matters is the vibes. If you think the vibes come back and that Vader stays relevant, this thing might, I don't know. I mean, geez, you got a 30x to get back to all-time high, actually more than that. So I'm looking at that. I might be buying that. I'll just say that. I'm seriously watching this one because I believe in virtuals, and it just comes down to that. All right, quickly, let's do the market here, and then we'll get to some conversations. AI market cap right now, 10.1 bill. It is down almost 9% in the past 24 hours. And you guys have seen the entire market's just taken a nosedive. It's not that drastic. It's not. But last I saw Bitcoin 115K, and Katz and I were chatting about why. And I don't think we've nailed the why. I think it's a bunch of factors, I think, right? Tariff talk. There's some like Amazon stock, like, earnings reports yesterday. There's a whole bunch. I mean, we had MicroStrategy. We had Coinbase, and both of those look great, by the way. Even Amazon exceeded the expectations, but there was some weakness, I guess, in the cloud sector that has some people maybe adjusting their projections for them. So it's just a few things combined, but also maybe the biggest thing adding volatility right now is there's 7 billion worth of ETH and Bitcoin options expiring today, and that usually adds a good amount of volatility. So I think that's maybe playing into account here. But again, we'll see, and I don't think this matters right now. I just think this is just a little turbulence, and we're used to that here. All right, your top agents by market cap. It's Fartcoin on top, under a bill market cap now, so that's come down quite a bit. It's followed by Rect, monster token, guys. This thing's hit 500 mil, monster token. Now, it's the number 2 AI agent tokens. Wild, love it. TurboKet and Toshi. On the infrastructure side, we have FET, Virtual also under a bill here. So let's say 800 mil. DCAI, IOTX, and REI. Excuse me. And then in DeFi, we got Banker, Venice, Cortex, Olos, and Griffane. And then I'm really curious here when we put them together and we check Mindshare here. It's Rect on top. You felt that if you keep an eye on the timeline. Rect is everywhere, has all the attention. It's a Cabal coin. It got a Binance listing. They launched a limited edition Rect drink this week with Binance, sold out in 3 minutes. Incredible thing. So Rect's number 1 here in Mindshare. Banker behind it, then Virtual, Cookie, and Warp. Man, we don't have Fartcoin anywhere in the top 10, 15. That seems, hang on, I'm double checking. That seems weird. Let me even switch to 3 days. Okay, on the 3-day view, it's different. I was on 7 days. On the 3-day view, it's Banker on top. That's interesting. Maybe has a lot to do with the base app and some things around that. But Fartcoin is ahead of Rect on the 7-day view. Then Fear IQ, whose TG is coming really soon, and then Infinite. All right, there's your market review. Quick look over at Whale Intel. I just want to get a feel for points here. And I'm going to refresh because I think points dropped since I had that tab loaded. But points creeping back up. There's not a lot to spend on. I'm actually letting my points expire, right? On a daily basis, it kind of hurts, but I'm seeing points, 7,000, 8,000 points expire. There's nothing I want to spend them on really until next week. We'll get to that, but ring fence, you know? Right now, 5.4 billion points in circulation. What, a week ago, we were at like 4.4, 4.2. So a lot more points out there. Not a lot to spend them on. It is what it is. Your top tokens here, your top movers in the past 24 hours. Let's extend that a little. Here we go. Your top gainers. Cope, XLLM2, Arbus, up almost 10% here. Love that. Whale Intel, and then PA. I'm not familiar with PA. And then your top losers, Lester, Preddy. Interesting there, dude. Preddy down 35%. Jack, Flight, and then Elytra. There we go. Maybe we'll take a quick peek at the Genesis board, and this will be quick because there's not been much this week. There just hasn't. Dead, good morning. Mike Bennett, good morning. Good seeing you, boys. By the way, I don't drop this in the chat often, so I'm going to here because why not? A link to the abstract stream. In case people don't know, I also stream over there daily. So, Cats, hop in.
No, I was just going to say Preddy hit its unlock. That's why it went down.
Oh, dude, good info. Good info. Okay, Preddy hit the unlock. People dumping some tokens, taking some profits. Good to see. Cats has got me super bullish on Preddy. We can get into that shortly here too, but pretty bullish on Preddy. I've got tokens I'm not selling. In fact, I could have sold. Those weren't pre-sale tokens. I think I bought those secondary. So yeah, I like that one. Okay, Genesis launches this week. We've had a few complete. Not many, though. I mean, geez, I don't recall Signal Bay when that completed. Let's say it's this week. It might have been, I don't know, might have been end of last week. Either way, Signal Bay, Safe Agent, SynthGuard, CharX, Jackpots, and Tena. Look, out of all of those, I already checked these. I'm not going to go into each, but most of these are sitting under 100K market cap, like down bad. These are just things that people spent points on because why not? Just to spend them rather than them expire. The Tena one, though, I do want to check the market cap there. That one's the most recent to complete. And that was actually just nowish, I think just this morning. Let me see here. Yeah, I mean, we're talking just 15 minutes ago, this one completed. So here we go. TGE happened, sitting at about a 275K market cap. I don't know. I don't see a lot happening for that one. But Jackpots is probably your biggest winner this week. And even that's not looking incredible. Cats, I want to talk about Jackpots real quick here, but Jackpots is sitting at a $417,000 market cap here. There is still a lot of controversy around that one, right, Cats? Like, I know you tried getting some questions and didn't get answers, and there's a lot of surprising stuff here, even how much the Virtuals team is engaged with those guys. I don't know. This one I think it's a cool idea, but also a little sus. How are you feeling about Jackpots, Cat?
So, I mean, I ended up putting some decent points towards it because in the end, and I think I put it in replies or something, I don't remember, but I said, it doesn't matter, right? Like in the end, okay, if Virtuals is going to support it, if they want this, as a app, to use the butler for, and it's in the sandbox. I mean, they're actually building it. I'm like, dude, DGens actually care about how the sausage is made when they're doing this. I mean, I'm just serious. Like, it didn't matter in the end, right? Now, if somebody ever actually wins a big jackpot, which, the odds are astronomically low of that, but if somebody actually won a Powerball jackpot, then we'd really see the issues. Like, that's when it's going to come up. But, if people are winning $100 tickets or whatever, like, okay, like, cool. Maybe it works. The real issues will come in if they win a big jackpot. Because the whole issue I had is that the quote unquote human agent on the ground has to physically cash that. If that ticket's over $5,000, That person can't just go to a gas station and cash that ticket. They got to go to a lottery office and they're handed a 1070 tax form. That person's responsible for those income taxes on that lottery win. So it's like, how do you like? And I asked them. They did answer me on that part. I'm like, okay, so if that person is responsible for those income taxes, are you taking that money out and giving it to them? And they said yes. I mean, they literally that person is getting the funds, and then I mean, essentially, they're responsible for transferring the winnings of that after all the taxes, the winnings to them, to Jackpot to, do all the transfer funds. It just seems like so much of a thing to me. I'm just like, man, you're trusting a lot of moving parts with this to actually get the funds to you. But, whatever, if they're backed by virtuals and they want to pump it, I'm like, well, might as well get the token because, whatever.
It would be so cool if it actually plays out right. But yeah, you're right. There's so much trust involved here. And then human nature. You got to imagine if local person goes in, gets that lotto ticket and it wins, and he wins, I don't know, hundreds of millions of dollars. You got to imagine that guy's tempted to take that money and then never be seen again. Maybe again, like we'll find out if or when one of those actually hits. But
yeah, and they said, they're bonded and all this stuff, and they've got contracts in place, and I'm sure they do. But I used the example of the current, the Powerball last week was like 360 something million. And I broke down the numbers, and that person because they'll take initial taxes out of the cash payout, which is like 161 million. They'll take 24% of that for taxes, but that person is then responsible for the income taxes in addition to that, which puts them in a 37% tax bracket. It essentially boiled down to that person would owe $22 million in taxes on their income taxes. So I'm like, who's walking around with $22 million that they have to pay to the federal government? Because they're obviously a U.S. citizen if they're sitting here in the state waiting to go buy this lottery ticket that you purchased on Jackpots.
Dude, right on. And it's like, okay, if you think the team is then going to cover it, which I assume they do, it probably relies on the token being like having a pretty nice market cap and them having access to token to sell, which isn't good for the token. Like it's like the whole thing is a little like, treat it like a meme coin, I guess, and experiment, right? But the whole thing.
They said on that, they said the payout would be because essentially they use the winnings to buy, different, cryptos, but it would be in virtual, ETH, and jackpots. If they have a big winning, they can't just do it out of the jackpots. Because I was like, you only have like a 5% of your supply for the prize pool. So again, this is all stuff I pointed out, but none of it really mattered because degens are going to degen.
That's it. Yeah. Do you feel though that they answered the questions like as best they could? They were, because at first it didn't feel like they were being super transparent, and you feel satisfied at least now.
Well, I at least got enough attention where they had to start answering me, and they DM me too. So
good. Oh, dude, I love it.
At least we're answering questions.
I love it. You give no shits. You are like a pit bull with this stuff, going after these projects in a good way, right? Getting that info, and you're really good at getting that. So keep doing it, dude. It's a big service to the community here. It is. Dr. Emma Sage, I have on screen here, down to a 71K market cap. I actually bought more this week. I still love that team. I love the idea of it. If we're talking, things that have potential, look, I still think silly season is loading. I still think we're there at the very start of it, but silly season loading, I think silly season really, really gets ramping up on base. Like I said, I think it's internet capital markets. That's the meta over here. It's not so much about AI agents. It's businesses launching a token. That narrative is awesome over on Solana, but it's happening at a bigger degree or bigger pace, whatever over here. I'm not sure if it's bigger over here, but I think we're actually seeing more quality stuff launching over in virtuals that are, like businesses. So Dr. Emma Sage is that. I think they have some updates that they haven't shared publicly yet. And I'm just going to bet on this token, though. I'm betting on the builder. The biggest thing I'm betting on is we know there's going to be a wellness cluster, right? We know that Solace is going to be an ACP. And again, it won't be the only agent there that is in the wellness world. Dr. Emma Sage is going to be an ACP as well. And I'm like, just this simple reason that I think an announcement that they're in ACP, that they're in a cluster with Solace, if that's where they are, I think gets this thing to bond. I think that could make this take off, especially if it's timed when silly season happens. So if that happens, I think it's a pretty good bet here at 71K market cap. So again, I'm adding more, and I did that this week, and I'm probably going to do that Well, a few more times at least. Again, it's back to just I'm going to bet on the people and bet on the teams if the product makes enough sense, and Dr. MSH does. So, man, hat tip to them for still pushing and grinding here. I was going to do governance stuff too. Like the whole point of the Friday streams going back, I think we've been doing this a month now, the different format for Friday was to go over DAO proposals. And I thought it's a great place for us to go chat and talk these out and figure out what we're going to vote on. And we found that there's nothing to vote on. There's no proposals. There's nothing. And if there are proposals, there's nothing good. There is one that's live right now that, has some votes, actually, you know what? I read it wrong. I read this as, and I'll put it on the screen. I thought this proposal had 401,000, and you need like 4.2 mil, right? So I read it now, and it's 40,000. It's so far off of reaching quorum. It's not going to make it. But the only active proposal, like live for a vote right now, is a proposal to change the daily active bonus and the VVAP weights, the staked Vader, kind of staked virtuals. TLDR, more rewards for staked virtuals is what people are looking for. It's not going to pass. It's not going to pass. There's still 2 days to go, maybe 3, but nothing is going to reach quorum without a huge campaign to push it, a really clear, breakdown of why this helps the ecosystem, and it's going to need virtual support. They have so much voting power here. They do, which is great, but we're now like 3 weeks in a row with nothing to talk about here on the proposal front. Kind of a bummer, but I scroll down the list. Everything is defeated. Even the ones that have gotten, some votes, a decent number of votes, not enough to reach quorum. So I don't know, man. I don't know if this is going to work. I don't know if this is going to take, some like tweaking mechanics. But what I am waiting for is potentially another agent that launches here. Right. Ethermage said they think that it's agents that solve DAOs. I don't know how exactly, but I'm open to that. I'm open to that idea that agents make it easier. Even drumming up support. I don't know, but I'm waiting to see that. And I wonder if they're going to launch some kind of agent or a cluster or swarm that helps, drive these in a different way. We'll see. I'm just watching though for something. They always give you the teases ahead of time. They give you little hints of what's coming, and they definitely said that DAOs need to be run by agents. So I do think we'll see something there. Did anything, Katz, do you even look at the proposal site anymore?
Nope. Never.
Yeah, same here. All right, let's get into some updates over here. We'll start with actually something that affects every token here in the virtuals ecosystem. Katz, thanks for sharing this link earlier. But a lot of stuff happening over in the Coinbase Base ecosystem. We got that new Base app, really cool. Brian Armstrong was on a great interview this week with, what's his name? Sean Ryan. Awesome 3-hour interview talking about all kinds of things, including, guys, something that caught my ear, which is they're building a reputation score for wallets. Sounds familiar, right? Copilot. We've got reputation for wallets. That is going to matter more and more and more for different reasons. For them, it's so you can build an on-chain like credit score. Based on who you've interacted with, how you've made payments before, things like that. They didn't share the secret sauce for it, but just know that they're doing wallet reputation too. But point here, though, this tweet I have on the screen looks like starting maybe, is it next week? Next week. DEX integration goes live in the Coinbase app, meaning it looks like every base token, let's just say most of them, though, will be listed in the Coinbase app, meaning you'll be able to buy Swarm in the Coinbase app. You'll be able to buy Billy Betts. You can buy any of your favorite agent tokens probably in the Base app here, which is great. Expose these to a whole new audience. And what I hope is this changes how products or projects here market their projects and their tokens. I think it's time to get out of the echo chamber here, and it's time to start blitzing Reddit and Facebook and TikTok and everywhere else where there's normies. It's time to start reaching that audience, because those are the guys who don't know where to get alpha from. And look, those guys are not coming to virtuals to trade. They're not coming to Uniswap. They're not doing any of that, but the Base app, yes. I'm feeling that there is a shift, by the way. I had a really good friend stop by my house yesterday. Very rare that I hang out with a buddy IRL, and it was nice, but he came by to talk crypto, which was so cool. And now I'm sensing that he's not a normie, but I'll call him a normie just because of for crypto. I am sensing that normies are waking back up to crypto. And he said, man, I regret not staying with this, because he came back. He came in here 22-ish and started learning it and was all in, and then stopped. Totally stopped. Well, now he's starting to understand the Genius Act. And he I don't know if he was aware of the Clarity Act, but he's understanding now how this is changing and how big it's going to get. And when we started talking, we got billions coming in, and I'm like, but do you know, sir? Do you know it's trillions coming in, and that's mostly through stablecoins? He's like, yeah, that's the feeling I was getting, and that's why I know now I fucked up leaving. I have to be in here, because that wave, that tidal wave that's coming, blows away everything we've seen in the past, like by a huge margin. So, guys, normies are coming. They are absolutely coming, especially in this next leg up for Bitcoin. Bitcoin hits what, 140K? A lot are predicting in the very short term, by the way, in the next few weeks. It's going to wake normies up, and they're coming back, and they'll probably be coming back through Coinbase. Where else are you going to go? Robinhood, Coinbase, Binance. You have very few options, but now Coinbase having our tokens, really bullish. Again, I want to see projects up their marketing game, and marketing outside of Twitter, I think, is going to do wonders for the space. So really, really bullish here. We have Arbus with a big old update here. This is actually, I think, pretty spicy and tons of potential here. Steve, this is a great tweet, by the way. Just showing a little TA on the Arbus token. Looks like it's getting ready to descend here. I actually maybe should look at it live. But reason being is this week, Arbus launched their new Chirps platform, InfoFi. Look, I think InfoFi is so ripe for disruption. Cato's the one, right? Cato is the InfoFi platform. It's what everybody knows. It's what most people have been farming. But usually when you have the platform, it just means there's going to be opportunity to disrupt it. So look at, OpenSea a couple years back, and how Magic Eden was able to come and disrupt it and steal mindshare and flip OpenSea. And we saw that with Pump Fund. Exact same thing happening over the past month or so. Now we see the Bonk ecosystem coming in and stealing mindshare. Now it's the top meme coin launchpad on Solana. Maybe we could say the world. But yeah, and you get the point here. InfoFi ripe for disruption. Arbus is here, and I hope they become that. I hope they become a main character in InfoFi, and I believe they could. And I can just say, without getting too technical, because I don't know the technical stuff, but we've partnered with them. We have a Swarm Arbus partnership, and I'll show you part of that in a minute. But talking to those guys and talk about the back end, the tech. Okay. Some people are not so bullish on the tech behind Cato for whatever reason. I don't know the reasons, but I'm going to trust the people who do know the tech behind this stuff, and they're not bullish on Cato at all. And I know some people who are very, very confident in the tech behind Arbus. So again, I see an opportunity there. I hope this works out. I can't wait to see, guys, wallet DNA tied into this platform. I can't wait to see airdrop campaigns tied to, yes, mindshare, how influential you are, but also how many smart wallets follow you, how many smart wallets or smart traders are trading based off your signals, and rewarding people who have a good reputation in tokens. Meaning, okay, so when we score reputation, if you sell a token, that is not bad for your reputation. Depends when. If you sell an airdrop, your reputation takes a hit. But if you buy back, and if you're actively trading a coin, it's good. It's keeping that coin liquid. It's keeping it active. It's healthy. And so projects want that. If you have a good reputation from trading in a token, you should be rewarded with airdrops. What I think this can really do, the mindshare plus reputation, is weed out the people who get airdrops, dump it, move on. Get airdrop, dump it, move on. Those people, maybe they stop getting airdrops going forward because of something like this. So tons of potential here. Excited to see them ramp up their campaigns here. And on those campaigns, they have, 5-ish partners here that are going to be involved in this first wave of yapping campaigns. What do we could chirp? We got to call them chirp campaigns, I think. But Agent YP, so that's Yellow Panther. There's going to be a campaign with them. 10% of reward pool for Arbus stakers is what you're getting for that campaign. 10% of the reward pool for Arbus stakers also getting Swarm. We also have Whale Intel, and we have Macro. I think it's Macro Trader. So we got some really big name projects coming up. Your Swarm's right in there too. So we'll see this stuff ramping up, I believe, next week, guys. So stay tuned for that. But you're going to see some announcements flying and start seeing what these integrations actually mean and look like. But man, tons of potential here. I'm here for it. I'm watching. We're going to do an NFT giveaway, by the way, guys. So moving on, I don't know if you guys saw, And look, I'm not like, I don't know what's the word. I'm not like super bullish. I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy FOMOing over this thing, but I happen to like it. If you guys didn't see, there's an NFT mint over on the base. The launch is on OpenSea, and it's for a collection called the Virgin Club. That's it. That's all I had to see to say minting. I need guys. God damn it. I need NFTs in the virtuals ecosystem. And I know I'm not alone there. I think, and actually I'm going to put out this call. I want to help launch a virtuals NFT collection. If there's any builders out there, Goon, get your ass up here. Hang on. That's Goon down there, right? Goon, get up here. I love that guy. I need an artist, and I need someone. I don't even know the pieces I need. I need people, though, because we guys, maybe we do it as a community, need to launch a virtuals NFT project, a 5K edition collection where we take traits from all the top agents out there, even some more obscure one, and we layer those traits onto what? Probably a frog like this thing right here. We need it. And I think something like that would cook. And I think we could think of something really fun to do with money if we raise money. Otherwise, maybe free mint. I don't know, but it needs to happen. And I bet you everybody here would be minting something like that. And I know I would, and I'd probably be rocking that PFP. So big opportunity there. But we're looking at the Virgin Club here right now. Dude, it's a wicked cheap mint. This thing's like $14, $15 to mint, 3,300 edition collection. It's not close to selling out yet, but you know, you never know. These things can move in an instant. Oh, all right. Goon's coming. One moment, guys. Let's see. Almost got him. Almost got him. Here we go. We got Goon up here. Bro, I'm so bad with my communications. I didn't reply to you and tell you a date, so apologies for that. I'm glad you found your way here, though. But, dude, welcome.
Thanks, bro.
This is
a legend.
Dude, this is my first time actually like speaking with Goon, so this is like a moment for me. I had messaged Goon. Look, there's some people, like, I'm a lover. I love everyone. There's something about Goon's tweets that I've always loved. Before he even followed me, I just followed him because I liked his tweets. I'm like, dude, I think you're like my favorite tweeter, or like you're up there with my top favorites. And it's just something about the way he tweets. So this is like a cool moment for me.
Cheers, brother. Love your shit too. I need to come along to these more often, but it's a Friday night here, so just preparing stuff because I got the spaces tomorrow. But where I live, there's a power outage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. So
oh damn,
just got to sort of. So we're starting the spaces early tomorrow. So I'll be starting at 6 a.m. and going to 8 a.m. before because it just gets too fucking hot here. So
like it's a scheduled outage?
Yeah, we get random ones like almost daily, but this is a scheduled one, so I need to charge everything and make sure. So I can't go out and get drunk tonight. So I got to stay at home and prepare for an early morning.
Yeah. Damn it, dude. Okay, that's wild. You got some hurdles to get through this show, but okay, let's chill that real quick. The show is what time? And it's tomorrow, you said?
10 p.m. UTC. I'm not sure where everyone. So it's 6 a.m. for me in Asia.
5 p.m. for you tonight.
5 p.m. tonight. Okay, well then I'll be there tuning in, listening. And you guys already know. Again, I recognize, I think pretty much every name here. If you don't know though, Will and Goon host a fucking phenomenal spaces. I think it's called the weekly, Virtuals Weekly, but I think it's twice a week, right?
Yeah, it's Tuesdays and Saturdays.
Got it. Dude, it's fucking excellent. It's so much fun. You guys have got like the fucking culture thing. Unlike anybody else. I don't have the same kind of culture thing you do. You guys got that. So GG's to you guys and your fucking growth. You guys are crushing. But I'll be there listening tonight. You guys should definitely be following Goon. Goon_crypto. And I don't know Will's handle. Oh, there's Will. Big Will 2K3. Follow those guys again. They've got like the pulse, the culture, that shit. They're awesome. So there you go, and tune into their spaces for us tonight.
But yeah, the NFT mint, bro. I'm just not a big fan of the art. I just think it's pretty basic. I agree with you. We need it good NFT collection on virtuals, and I'd be happy to ape something. I just don't know about the art. And Big Will, he put out a post about something seemed a bit fishy about it, so I'm just going to fade it. But I think they'll send the legendary ones to us, so I'll have one at least. But yeah, I don't think I'll be minting any.
That's fair. Okay, so now I'm connecting the dots because I saw Will tweet about an NFT mint that was going to like use his image or something like that. I didn't realize it was this project. Got it. Okay, well, I can understand FUD and something like that.
And yeah, it was the team were giving legendaries like whitelists to give out, but only 3 out of the 18 were getting it or something, and we didn't know who got it. Like, I passed up giving out some whitelists. I just wasn't interested in it, but I'm not sure who the 3 are who have the whitelist to give out. And
well, damn.
Yeah.
Well, now Virgin Club's got the bottom of the barrel with me being the one shilling this thing. So yikes. But also, like, it's a fuck it thing again for 14, 15 bucks. And I don't know why Vader hasn't launched this project. That actually seems like right in line with what they do. Vader's just so good at just like being one step ahead and doing the thing that, you know, they know people would eat up. People would eat up a PFP collection. They would.
100%.
We should poke them, man, if Vader would do it. But otherwise, again, I want to see if we can rally up a crew to put out a collection. We'll see with this one, man. Like most of these, again, I'm with you with the art, not great. And most of them don't even have a virtuals any kind of trait on them. There's only a few that has. So we'll see, but I hope I land one with a virtuals trait. And I'm going to give one of these away during the stream. So I won. They had a contest this morning on Twitter. I won it because I don't think they got anybody, you know, engaged with it. But fuck it, I won it. I'm giving it away to somebody here, and I just got to figure out how. But we'll figure it out by the end here. We got our boy Cutie coming up too. Good shit. Okay, just a moment to bring him up.
So, can I, since you're doing that, can I tell Goon something real quick, random, since this is an AI show, not just virtuals?
Yeah, of course.
So Goon's into fungi.ag like I am, and I got my text, you know, my daily update on TG this morning. I hit 12.9% on the yield yesterday. So
they're pulling in some big numbers. They just go for those morpho pools, and it's so good not having to like worry about chasing yield. It just fucking automatically does it for you. So I had like 8.8 to 11.7, but I saw some others who have the platinum thing there. They got some ones up like 15%, 16%. So it's definitely, if you got some stables lying around, you just chuck them in the vault, and it just, you don't think about it. It just finds you the best pools out of everywhere. It's great. I love it.
I was telling Hudah about it yesterday, but I like that they do daily updates on TG, so you get a little message about how your stuff's doing.
Yeah, and you can see your balance growing. Yeah.
Say that again. They do what at TGE?
No, on Telegram. They send you like a daily update of how your portfolio performed over the last 24 hours.
Gotcha. Okay. Dude, that's fucking awesome. Yeah, I got to get into these protocols, man. Yeah, Katz is definitely, he's explained them. He's totally won me over. I got to start getting more active, like trying out some of these tools, right? Like it's necessary. If you need to be, if you're trying to be plugged into this stuff, you better get some skin in the game and use these tools. So like, I got to get in AIXVC. I got to get in there and start playing around. I got to get in Memo. I need to get in, what is this one? Fungi? What is it called?
Yeah, fungi.ag.
Fungi.ag, just pulling up and bookmarking it. But yeah, it's time to play, especially because it's easy. Yeah, we'll dive into that. Okay, good stuff. All right, so the NFT, I'm just going to show, we'll move on from the NFT collection here. Again, I'm going to give one away, but 3,300, there's almost 400 minted right now, 0.004 ETH. Again, there's some FUD around it, like, you know, mint because you feel like throwing away 15 bucks or whatever. There's maybe no upside on this, whatever. So there's that. We do have another NFT story here in Agents this week, and this is actually cool as fuck, man. Gives me vibes of back when like AI XBT went and bought a Quantum Cat, maybe even 2. I know he bought one at least, and maybe Udi gifted him one. And then I'm pretty sure he's gifted a Taproot Wizard too, I think. But okay, this is cooler than that because we have the Rabida agent went and bought a CryptoPunk this week. Bought the CryptoPunk, PFP'd the CryptoPunk. God damn, that is like, I just think that's the coolest. And I still think we're going to see a big old wave of this. Why not? If some of these agents are built to trade, all of us are expecting a decent NFT season. I hope a lot better than that. But, you know, a lot of these NFTs probably have some good upside on them, especially CryptoPunks, which, by the way, reached a floor price that they hadn't seen in like 3 years. Right? Punk's got over a $200,000 floor. Last time we were there was 2022. So, I mean, clearly something's happening here. Love to see an agent see the potential there and buy the punk, and paid actually way above floor. I think paid like 80 something ETH. And I was rocking that PFP. So I love that. I hope we see agents of like, you know, different sizes buying NFTs at different price ranges. So just want to see agents starting to get active in NFTs. And I actually think that would be, it's a little extra fuel for the NFT run here. So really freaking cool. Would you guys think that's a smart buy or a bad buy for this agent?
It's a smart buy. I think it's they are tokenizing it. I have seen a lot of projects which have tokenized it that way, with having something in collateral as a punk or some other asset. So yeah, it's a good move, and punks are promoting themselves right now with fake bids of 500 ETH, but it's good for the ecosystem.
Yeah. Dude, I love that. I'm with you. I think it's a smart buy. I think that's going to make, I mean, the agent will win on this trade if he decides to sell it. But I think like there's something where like the Rabida token holders they kind of own the punk too. Is it almost like they're treating it like a fractionalized punk? There's something like that. That was my understanding, at least.
Yeah, it was my understanding as well. And the Rabida token, they're gonna play with it, and probably the agent is not gonna be in loss. So it will be a distribution of the token. So I'm not sure right now how the distribution will be, but we are here speculating how we can accumulate that token so that we can get a fractionalized ownership in that.
I dig it. I think it's so cool. Okay, moving on. I'm just going to get through some of the bigger stories this week. Personal favorite maybe is Billy Betts, right? I love that. I love the agent. I think it is. Well, okay, I always say it's my favorite agent out there other than ours. Billy Betts is my favorite. I just think we talk product market fit. It has it, and I think it has it in a way that's bigger than most other agents out there, right? Gambling, sports betting, an agent that helps you make better, what do you call it in sports betting? Make better, bets. Whatever. But gives you signals, gives his predictions, and has a really good batting average with that too. He's doing really well. But what I see for something like Billy Betts, as we're seeing, by the way, prediction markets heat up and stuff like that's a sector that's just going to be exploding here over the rest of this year. But moved to base officially from Solana. So now no more Solana token, no more nothing over there, fully on base. So it's a big move. That's to get it ready to plug into ACP. So that's coming here. In fact, I wonder if he's in the sandbox already. He might be. But on top of that, they announced that they got funded, raised $1 million here, backed by CB Ventures, so Coinbase Ventures, backed by, I think, Virtuals invested too. There's some familiar names on here, and I'm going to zoom in over on the video here. So $1 million raised, and who's backing them? Serge Ibaka, NBA champion. Love that. Some of these names I don't know and probably should. DeFi Jeff, Ejaz. That's a nice one, man. That's a pretty strong vote of confidence here. Ejaz investing in this. Tommy Shaughnessy, also big name in not just like agents here, but just in AI in general. Like great dude, great person to be back in your project. Keyboard Monkey, also investing here. Delphi Digital, someone from there, actually co-founder. And then Farouk. We all know Farouk. So Farouk's making a bet on this agent too. Look, I mean, this is like a lot of hopium and just like, you know, I play fantasy and I start thinking down the road what could happen. I'm like, man, I could see Billy Betts being acquired by a DraftKings or being acquired by a Barstool Sports, or like probably an infinite number of betting platforms that would want to either integrate Billy Betts or buy him out. And when we had Bunchu on the show, he did talk buying out. He did say that's a path they could go down. That's something they'd be interested in. So I see huge potential for this token. Again, earlier this week, right before migration, this was around 2 mil market cap. And then after migration, really after the announcement of that fundraise, 10 mil, might even got a little higher, but I mean, you had a nice 5x here. And I bought nice and low. I'm happy. I should have been in a long time ago. I like friend of the show here. Love these guys, but I'm finally in. I'm not selling. I don't care if I'm up 5x. I'm not selling. I see what 20, 30, 40, 50 mil potential for this coin when things get silly, by the way. And this is one of those ones that just depending on how silly and depending what kind of partnerships, maybe even higher, maybe like kind of temp check here. So like I say, Billy Betts is my favorite agent. Where does it rank for you guys? And that includes like the product market fit and its potential market cap wise. Like how do you guys look at Billy Betts?
First, I just got to brag on you real quick. If you like people who are listening to this, if you're not watching Hudah's stream when he has these guys on the interview, he did this interview with Bunchu a couple of weeks ago, at least. And Bunchu like just straight up spilled the alpha that they were migrating everything to base with that interview with Hudah. So this was like serious alpha on this stream a couple of weeks ago that everybody could have got in on. So props to you, but.
Dude, thank you for that. And I think at that point too, I think the coin was like under 2 mil. It was really low because it was on Solana and there's no motion over there for these type of things. So yeah, guys, thank you for that, Cats. And also, guys, you like catch these interviews. I know they're long, and I'm trying to think of a way to like, I don't know, maybe do them front loaded where like the heavy, like the important questions are asked up front. And it's more like rapid fire, and then we just get to riffing, right? But like, I need a way for people who don't want to sit through an hour show, because I get that. A lot of people, I'd say most people don't. So I need a way to deliver that alpha to people in a like little bite-sized whatever. Maybe it's just getting some shorts done eventually. But anyway, thank you, Cats, for that. And Cutie, your hands up. Jump in whenever. Might be up from before too. So yeah. Okay, while we're waiting here,
as far as I was gonna say, I'll go ahead then. So I'm super bullish on Billy. You know, I've had some people ask me in replies. The thing is, I don't see the betting cluster in the sandbox yet. Billy has its own thing, man. Like, I honestly don't think it needs the betting cluster. But at the same time, they're not a sports book. Okay, so it will be useful when that evolves, but Billy has so much more potential outside of ACP. It's just another, like, just vertical for them, right? Like, it's just an add-on. Because, you know, if this ever does come to fruition, you know, and you have Bookie as the sports book and you're using Billy for the intel, like, it's going to be really powerful. I mean, we all know, like, sports betting's massive. It's a massive industry, and we're in a space full of degens who love to gamble. So, like, there's so much potential with that. It's just, I think it's just a matter of time building that part out too. But yeah, super bullish on the long term of Billy.
Damn, I'm right there with you.
Right. That's right. The sports bet in industry is very big, but I kind of be cautionary because I don't participate in sports bet because I have no experience in that industry. But I am a keen learner, and I keep on learning what's happening because I saw this Billy Betts interview on Farouk's Pomoar, and the team came up and they spoke all the things they do in the betting industry. And adding to your Telegram thing, someone mentioned that they post a daily portfolio. So Snoop Dogg posted his interview on Telegram that about his sticker mint. So I have pinned that for you. And so he was basically bullish on Telegram because I don't think crypto people are doing something kind of hybrid thing between X and Telegram. So I'm doing that as well because I'm not that much active on Telegram. So I will be now going to Telegram for this because crypto lives on Telegram, not that much on X. It started on X, but it has now transferred to Telegram. And we have seen these shifts happen all the time.
Yeah, it's a bummer. To me, I don't like Telegram at all. Like I really dislike it. I like X, but I like Discord. I like taking it deeper to Discord. I like X for announcements, for like the main, like Elon calls it the water cooler. I like it for that. And then it's like, man, break away to your groups over in Discord to really start diving in. And I so much prefer that setup than TG. It's just so hard to keep up with, man, and then like find alpha and just too much scroll. I don't like the Telegram thing. But Billy Bets is so cool because like I've never bet on sports ever. I've never bet on sports. And that agent is going to be how I get into. Like I want to do it. I don't know how. I feel like this is going to be the perfect way to learn and have guidance from somebody who Bunchu's an expert at this stuff. Like he is such a good sports bettor that he's banned from betting, I think in New Jersey or something like that. Like he's really good. So I'll use his tool that kind of replaces him and start, taking some leads from that. But I think Billy Betts is going to be just a monster. And again, if we're talking product market fit and what's valued low, not so low now, but what was low that has so much potential, Billy Betts is like pretty much top of that list. They also announced a collab here, a partnership with Kalshi, which is a massive prediction market here. So Billy Betts, Kalshi, don't know what it's going to look like, but I'm expecting to see partnerships just rolling in, and their connections, man. I think nobody's out of reach for these guys. Again, just because how connected they are, how cabally they are. They like Billy Betts or Bunshu is on every Thursday show with Coffee with Captain, which that is ETH cabal guys. It is, and so exposure, connections, all this stuff. Billy Betts is just like, to me, ridiculous potential. So, all right, enough glazing Billy Betts. I'm just a fan, and I think it's gonna. I think it's gonna cook here. Quick note. So Billy moved from Solana to Base, and we saw this week too that Acolyte. This is coming from Cons, and right. So there's Signal, there's Acolyte, also moving from Solana. And now fully over on Base here too. We'll see a lot of that. Not that there's a lot of agents over on Solana, but whoever's over there probably coming to Base. So pretty cool. I don't think they see the price action that we saw with Billy, unless they announce a raise. Drsh has got a whole bunch of stuff coming with his new, and I think through Signal, but all this, marketing, these marketing agents, his Pudgy Penguin partnership. He's going to build them like a digital twin, help them push mind share engagement on X through an AI agent. Partnered with Jihos from Sky Mavis, right? Axie Infinity, that guy. I feel like he had another big name. Oh, Jesse Pollock. I'm pretty sure he had told me Jesse Pollock is going to have a digital twin, an AI twin that he's building. And I think more and more and more we'll see that. Whatever Acolyte is at now, I'm just going to assume 2, 3, 4, 5 mil. I just picture much, much higher when things start cooking. So again, looking for opportunities. I think we still got some good ones in front of us here.
Yeah, I actually bought Acolyte, Preddy, and Arbus this morning, ones you've already talked about. Like I bought all those dips.
Spicy. Dude, yeah, good, like really good plays there. Yeah. All right, this one will hit close to home for you cats, but Wack AI with a big update this week, a really good one, like a strong update, announcing their yapping campaign. And man, I could probably let Cash just take it away from here because he was co-host of that space, knows that project inside and out. They're great. We've had them on the show twice now, maybe 3 times. Like they're great guys, great builders, and they're building in the right direction of things that are going to be needed as ACP scales. And these guys are a big part of these solutions all over. But Cats, what's their yapping program if you got a TLDR, and what's so special about it?
I mean, it's a little different than other. I wouldn't even say it's that different. They're using the SongJam leaderboard instead of Kato, which I personally like. I like that you can flag the bots. It's funny. There's a Telegram channel set up for yappers right now, and some of the people with botted accounts are in there getting really upset that they're getting called out, which I think is funny. The real TLDR is like it's 2% of the supply, but this is a long-term campaign. So you can't get any Wack tokens for the rewards until September 25th when that unlock happens. So what they're doing is doing weekly stablecoin rewards for the top 10. So it'll keep people incentivized to do this long term, to keep mindshare up. So I think it's interesting, but on that front too, one of the things I like is Wack is not just staying in the virtuals ecosystem. Did you see today that they've partnered with the Surf, whatever it is, from Creator Bid?
Yes. Dude, yes, they're so smart branching out, right? Like we saw last week, and this was done a while ago. I only saw it last week. They partnered with Ensemble. It's another like kind of AI cluster ecosystem. And like we were talking about that live when they were on the show. It's like, this is what's happening right now behind the scenes. All the projects are talking. We're meeting with everybody, and everybody is on the same page. Like, guys, we love virtuals. That is our home, but we can't rely on that, right? We can't live or die by virtuals. We need to grow everywhere there's clusters, everywhere there's like an ecosystem for agents, we all need to be there. So it was great to see Wack over in Ensemble with the Swarm. Now seeing them partner with a Creator Bid project, and I'm not familiar with that Surf project. I needed to dive in, but those guys are damn near perfect. The Wack guys, right? Like their biz dev, their marketing, and then the actual utility, their products. These guys are, I think they've separated from most others in the virtuals ecosystem. So fucking love those guys. They're and dude, I'm gonna pull it up live right now. This would be shocking if it's still where I think it is, but I think their market cap is like 2 mil. Maybe it's up to 3. I'm not even sure, but I saw it at 2 mil this week, and I'm like, makes no sense. Makes no sense. I'm gonna pull it up here.
Yeah, I see further on in the audience too. I've seen he's getting into Warden protocol. I just haven't had time to dig in, but like Wack's one of the Warden protocol, like they're the Warden protocol verified, like a verification agent, like they're going to be everywhere. And that's why they rebranded too, right? To Wack AI, because they're like, we want to be the verification agent for all AI, right? Like that's a big goal, but they're killing it, branching out to everywhere to get involved. And the more usage they have, the more it's going to affect the long-term price of the token. So it's really smart.
Yep. Now, did I hear yesterday with, actually 2 days ago with Ring Fence? So Whitney, who I fucking love, I gotta like, is it weird to say man crush? I just respect the shit out of that guy. I like him a ton. Did I hear him say they had a little Wack, partnership, something going on there? I feel like I did.
So yeah, Wack's building a verification cluster too that I think Ringfence is going to be in.
Love it.
So
love it. Yeah. And I don't think we officially announced too. I think I said it live, but you'll see the Swarm in that cluster too. That's going to be a really, really cool one. Again, a lot of agents, Cats. We had talked about this a month or so ago. It's like what you're going to see next is agents that are in multiple clusters, increasing their utility here and there, and they might have different roles. Like what the Swarm does now with the wallet DNA and token reports is not what he'll do in this other cluster, and he'll do something completely different in this third cluster, right? We'll be in the Vader cluster too, maybe doing something different. And you're going to see a lot of that now. Like Wack has that ability because they're great devs, and their established tools can do so many things. But we're going to start seeing the best agents that do different things across ACP. It's gonna get really fun, and man, just like side note, I can't wait for ACP to cook. All the potential in the world's there. Still 1999 of the internet days is where we're at now, but I'm a believer in ACP that it's gonna work. And right now it's just refining it and really pushing on the things that are working, which I think, by the way, the content stuff I still think is working. Even if I'm not seeing a ton of content on the timeline, people are generating, I still think that's the look out of all these things, the DeFi tools in ACP. Between that and content, I think the content stuff might run away with it, with like mindshare and number of transactions and all that. Still leaning that way, so we'll see. We'll see. Still early. Vader. Let's get on a little Vader action here, both because they have their ACP announcement this week, and then we'll get to their yapping updates. But Vader this week. Their agent Vader AI graduated in ACP. It is live there, and they've brought back Vader tier rankings, which is really, really cool. Now, there's a little FUD around that because of the price of those reports. I don't know if that's fully accurate though. So somewhere in their tweet, I think in this tweet, maybe it was elsewhere, but it was going to cost like 7 virtual to get a token report. And then separately, I saw people generate a report and it costs like 0.8. So maybe if it's like, and I'm just guessing, if you want the comprehensive report on everything that's like coming up, maybe that's 7 virtual. But if you want like a report on one agent, maybe that's where it's like 0.8. So I need to learn a little more about that, but nice to see their tier list come back. And the flip side of that, as much as I like it, is, man, great opportunity for guys like Will who are doing their own reports, their own ranking system, to just do that and offer it free, right? Look, Vader doesn't bat 100 with their predictions or rankings. They rated Wack AI really low, didn't they? I don't want to say F, but like really low. And you see what they've turned into, like one of the most legit projects here. So I like that they're ranking stuff again. I like that there's some utility for their agent and ACP, but I would say for me, I'm going with the free reports from other guys. So I'm following the Will one. What else do they have here? They officially renamed their cluster from Virgin Capital. It's officially now Vader Capital, which is great. I guess to the project reports. Is this something you guys would use? Like, it's a nice to have when it was just posted right on X. Now that it's gated behind money, would any of you pay for a report from Vader?
I mean, honestly, you know me, I do my own research anyway, so I'm not paying for it.
Yeah, I'm there. Again, it's a nice to have. In fact, you know what will happen is one person will pay for it. They put it on the timeline. Everybody's covered. I assume that's how it's going to go. So I wonder, they're going to have to adjust that pricing. And also with Vader, love the guys, but kind of like with the Yap campaign that they had started a couple weeks back of, the Thursday Yaps, right? Projects bid points or bid tokens to be the focus of Vader Yaps for 24 hours. Man, nobody used it, right? Nobody used it. They've already put that to the side. The same could happen here. If nobody's actually generating these reports, it could just be a thing that they, kind of sunset quickly. And I'm kind of leaning towards that's where it goes if they can't get that pricing right. So it's very early. We'll wait. We'll see how it goes, but still like seeing them building. So there's always that. They have an update to yapping. I don't know what the fuck happened with your Vader Yaps. I saw your post this morning, Cats, but Vader Yaps, like they've just clarified details. Maybe there's some tweaks here, but when you yap about Vader, and if you write 5 posts a day, well, only one of your posts is going to count towards points, and it's going to be your best post. So, right, they're going to take your best post. That's the one they're going to score. That's the one you're going to earn yapping points based off of. So you don't need to spam shit. Just you can do one post that's good quality. They also changed the time zone, like the 24-hour window of time that's eligible. So a little change to that. And then they just reinforced this part, which was always a rule. But if you're trying to farm the Vader Yaps, trying to get points, you cannot tag other projects. You can only tag the Vader token. So write $Vader, or you can tag the @Vader_AI. If you throw in anything else, and I think even if you throw in virtual, it's not going to qualify. So just keep that in mind if you are farming the Vader Yaps. Now, Cats, what happened with your points? Because I think you got nothing or something like that today.
Well, it's been 2 days in a row, and so I don't know. I mean, this is the stuff that happened to me before when I was trying to get Vader points, and I would randomly just not even make the top 1,000 leaderboard. I'm like, I had over 1,000 impressions on a tweet, and I followed all the rules. I don't know. Whatever, it is what it is, but figured I'd at least engagement farm a little bit, try to get some impressions on a post to I don't know, try to get on the leaderboard tomorrow. We'll see.
Yeah. It's just so weird that here we are, like, months into this stuff, and we still have no clarity into how the point stuff really works. Like, right? It's at this point we know it's like a 100% Cato based. No more Arbus scoring factors in, so it's all Cato. And shit. I mean, Cats. Now I wonder, wasn't there a big thing that happened with Cato this week where they zapped people who they marked as AI slop? Was that the big Cato controversy this week?
Yeah, it happened, and I tracked it on the community spaces about the apps, and so they are basically evolving, and we're gonna see it in the next month or next coming 2 weeks. how they change the algorithm. Also, as I mentioned, Telegram. So they're expanding their presence on all the social media platform, because it's not going to be Yap only on X. It's going to be Yap on other platform as well. So, but currently it's for X. So yeah, I'm bullish on Kaito in the next coming 6 months to 1 year. So I'm gonna hold my Kaito, and because it can go anywhere from $5 to $10 per. Yeah.
So I'm trying to log into Kato right now, and it's failing, and I wonder if I got zapped. I'm getting authentication failed, which maybe the site's having a little problem right now, but I think this is kind of what happened. People who were earning yaps are not anymore. They're like not part of the ecosystem anymore. And if you're not getting Kato yaps, I think you're then ineligible for, I'm assuming, Vader yaps if it's solely based on the Kato stuff. So yikes! Like
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're showing that, because I haven't been able to log into Kato either.
Okay.
And honestly, I never got on there. But yeah, it's just it's not authenticating the CAPTCHA or whatever. And I'm like, I'm definitely human. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. So I just did it like 4 times and it randomly worked. So now I'm logged in. So I think it's just keep doing it over and over. Their site must just be having a problem here. So, okay. A little peace of mind for me. I'm there. So, good. 376. Not bad for Kato. Is that just my friends? No, I think that's the general leaderboard. We'll take it. 186 for emerging. And fuck, I've not tweeted hardly anything. So we'll take it. All right. So but if you're not earning Vader yaps, it's probably worth logging into Kato and making sure you're still there. Again, with that controversy today, I think there's a big old shakeup, all that FUD. Maybe you ain't getting those Kato yaps anymore, which affects Vader, which ain't great, man. I don't know why they split from Arbus. Have we ever found out why?
I have no idea. I commented on somebody's post about that the other day. I'm like, are we sure that it was Vader that ended it? Was it, could it have been Arbus? We don't know. That was never really talked about.
Shit, I need to just ask them. I'm gonna just ask them, and maybe I can get a reply here. Hang on. I'm gonna do this. Right now. Let me see. One second, guys.
I was finally able to get into Kato. Dude, I'd gone like 10 days, 11 days without any apps. And somehow on the 27th, I got 14. I've never gotten that many. So I don't think it's that.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, yeah, something. Again, it's so unclear. We have no idea. We have no visibility into how it works, which is good, so people can't really like game it in a shitty way, but also it's so confusing. Then you put it like especially you and like Goon and Steve and some of you guys put in some serious work into your posts, and getting zeros sucks. So it's one of those things I wish we knew.
And it's getting farm and game like you can't even imagine. And because I have seen people gaining insane amount of apps. All right, I've seen those screenshots. Also, the add social file, which I have data info file, which I've added in my profile right now. So I climbed the leaderboard from 2,500 to 300, and then these farmers or gamers they game this leaderboard, and I am right now 500 something. Sorry, 5,000 something. All right, so so 5,000 bots and have attacked my rank, and so they're just vibe coding bots and climbing the leaderboards, and I'm sure it's happening at Kato as well. But they are trying to slash them. So once I think ethos come in and more anti-bot measures, so I think then this problem will be solved.
Yeah, fuck. They need to integrate smart wallets. They need to integrate our DNA. I think that's going to be a big thing that would help them. Again, like Arbus, I think Arbus is going to have a leg up here. I just wish Arbus were factored in more. By the way, Mufasa's saying those Verdant miners still printing. Mufasa, what kind of points are you getting for that? Which I've kind of faded that at the beginning. And then even when I learned it was actually working really well, I never bought in. I didn't get into it. But yeah, Mufasa and I think even Mike Bennett, these guys are using those Verdant miners to print points, which is brilliant. Anything that can farm you points with like little action from you, great. But I remember once Mufasa shared the numbers and they were pretty significant too. So worth keeping an eye on that. If he's still printing, and I'll share the dude, 100,000 points. Is that in a 24-hour period, Mufasa? And what's your investment into it? Like, yeah, like what's your US dollar value of the tokens you've got in? 100,000 points is bonkers. I've never gotten that much. Unstaked everything today to test points. Okay. I mean, god damn, dude, if you can get 100,000 points a day, just depends on how much you got to put into that, but that's every 24 hours, 100K. So it's the Verdant tokens. I'm assuming you're staking and you're getting these miner rigs in the game, but I want, a US dollar value of your Verdant tokens. I'm curious about, because that's spicy. Where before for me, it was Vader staking was the alpha and still is, but maybe Verdant is way under the radar here. Maybe that's like the best points farm right now. And then also we're in this phase of like points. What are they good for right now? And the biggest problem with points is, dude, the second we get a AAA quality drop come up, everybody's putting their points in and you're not going to win so much on it. It's a really tricky Genesis, economy right now. You have $8,000 staked of all projects on Verdant. Okay. So about $8,000. And maybe it's you're staking all of your tokens too. It's not just the Verdant token. It's everything, but $8,000.
I think he's saying all of virtuals.
Oh, okay.
Like all virtuals projects, not just Verdant.
Okay, so 8,000 staked of all projects on virtuals and unstaked it of all projects. Oh, okay, you unstaked your virtual stuff. Got it. Is there something more specific to, okay, 1,400 in Verdant. Okay, so then if I have this right, 1,400 worth of Verdant is now used in that game for the mining, and that 1,400 is getting him 100,000 points a day. That's a pretty fucking good farm. That's pretty good, man. I'm not getting any, like I have that much in across, all my tokens that are staked, and I'm getting shit. I haven't even looked. Let me peek, but I'm getting, 5,000-6,000 points a day. Let me see what I'm getting here. I got 6,000 points today for just daily points, and I got 1,200 for daily active. Wow. Again, he confirmed 1,400 in Verdant is getting him 100,000 points a day. So I could just liquidate all my tokens, go buy 1,400 worth of Verdant, and 10x, more than 10x the points I'm getting daily. That's huge. Cats, I think that's a thread for you. I think that's the best points farm we have in virtuals right now. Jesus.
If only I had time to really go down that rabbit hole.
Oh, dude, I know it. And then our other big story this week, and shit, we could have probably let off with this because it is a big deal, I think. We had teases last week from virtuals regarding the Butler, and they dropped this little, animation. It's the Butler frog character waking up. He's like on a hospital bed, got an oxygen mask off, pulls out his phone. The end. So we were speculating what? I was thinking maybe a virtuals app or a Butler app. It's none of the above. At least that I saw. It was nothing related to either of those. It was the Butler agent going live on X, which is cool. So interact with the Butler on X, although I think he doesn't do everything, right? Like what you do in ACP through Butler, I don't think you can do that on X yet. But where you can start with it is with that new Luna memecoin launchpad. And it's a good start here. So yeah, Luna, that, 2D avatar that, was making waves almost a year ago, was one of the first things I saw in virtuals. So I'm like, oh, this is cool shit. And then, try to wrap my head around how it works and why it matters and whatever. Well, they've evolved. Content, right? That the Luna project put out a song, has a music video, which is really cool. But their bigger step was here turning into a meme coin launchpad on mainnet, on Ethereum, which is kind of a head scratcher. And I know some people don't love it. Some people don't love it. I like it. I think it's fine. I think ETH season is still loading up and it's going to be hot. And I think it's going to we talk about these rotations, right? Solana, well, it's at least how it used to be. We'd rotate from the crypto majors to meme coins to, altcoins to NFTs, and there would just be these cycles. They happen, but in different ways now. It kind of feels like we have cycles from, trading on Solana, then trading on ETH, and then sometimes trade. It feels, I don't know if that's right, but I feel like the cycles are more like, what ecosystem are you trading in? And so all that to say, I think ETH is going to really start heating up. And specifically with meme coins, I think we're going to get a really, really hot ETH meme coin season. So maybe Luna's getting a head start and able to tweak their platform and, get their processes down. But I'm like cautiously really optimistic on Luna.fun. I'm going to pull up the website. And while I do that, I know Kat's got some reps in here. Kat's got in, can't remember the token, but did some trading. What's your experience been so far there too? And I'm not sure, Goon, if you've done any trading over there, and Cutie, anybody else trading over on Luna.fun? And I'll say, me personally, haven't touched it.
Yeah, I just did the whole Cool Cat thing, because that was like the Cabal play, right? And I got in, I don't know, before it graduated. Of course, I'm like way down on that now. But the experience is that like ETH mainnet sucks. That's what the experience is. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm not supposed to say that, but it's just when you're used to operating on Base, or even if you're doing the stuff on Pump Fun, on Sol, whatever, like you're used to speed. And oh my God, like having to bridge to mainnet and then deal with like a slow transaction to get a meme coin. I was like, oh, why are we doing this? But that's just me.
Yeah. It's totally fair. It is a different speed over there, a slower speed. We hope that means kind of like Bitcoin, kind of, that the slowness is a feature, not a bug, and hopefully it leads to higher prices, because you can't degen it the same way as you do on Base and on Solana. And if it plays out like that, I don't know. But so far, I think there's only been 2 tokens that even bonded and graduated.
Yeah, that's all so far. But here's the thing. There's still snipers and people with bots and better equipment and more gas money to pump stuff. Like there's still, that exists, right? So it's like, I don't know, like to the normal, like little degen trader without all the tools, I don't know. You're really at a disadvantage.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that, which is a bummer. But like we say with so many protocols, and platforms and new products, best time to be in is when it's under the radar and maybe it's looking like it's not doing well. And sure, it's an extra gamble there, but seeing it so low and only the 2 graduated tokens in the top one at $146,000 market cap, that's the Cool Cat one. It's like, to me, that's the signal to pay more attention. Like just keep watching for when something moves unlike anything else. Watch when the momentum starts picking up. And so I'm going to be watching this pretty darn closely, man, just to see if we get this shift over there. And I think the thing I'm most impressed about with this, damn, I'm not following the Butler agent, is that, the main integration or main use of the Butler agent on X right now is creating memes. So there's this thing where essentially Butler's piggybacking on Luna.fun, and so meme coins are launched, and then through Butler, you create memes on X. I think it's a great way to use it. Are the memes good? You know what? I actually think they're pretty solid. They're better than I think we have gotten through ACP, right? If you throw like a content request in ACP and you get something from, well, like Luna, or is it the director? There's a few, what's the one? The Spielberg one. There's a few agents there that can make you like video content. Yeah. The Butler ones look better, I think. Do you agree?
I'm just not a big fan of the whole Luna launchpad or anything. I just think they've gone in the wrong direction, and I had a bit of a rant. I think it was yesterday. I think they should be more focusing the Butler on making things for the agents we already have. Like, who wants another meme coin launchpad? And we already have Solana and Base, which are quicker, and like the experience is better than on mainnet. So I just don't know where they went there. And one of the first things that you have to do when you start a new chain, start a new app, start a new anything, is send the first meme coin to some stupid value to get eyes on it and people into it. But they just sort of didn't do that. No, to see Cool Cuts at 146K, like that's just a big fail, I think. And I don't think anyone will be launching any memes there. So then they won't be using the butler at all. So how can you stress test him and do whatever? Like, I just don't get it. Just pick like something that has to do with ACP or the agents you already have and get the butler to do videos about that rather than some crappy ass meme coin platform that no one's really ever going to use.
Dude, really fair point. If you could pick one agent that's already live in ACP and the butler on X is the focus, of that project, is there one that stands out that should be the one?
What do you mean, sorry? That butler that you should make memes for or he should focus on?
Either memes for it or at least it's serving you the same functionality maybe that it does in the ACP, right? But serving it on X. Is there one agent that like deserves that X exposure more than the meme coin launchpad? Could be AIXVC, could be any agent that has a service that's live already. What should the butler agent be doing if it had just one project it can support right now on X?
That's a tough question. I'm trying to think ones that actually do stuff on X.
What's so tricky is I just think people aren't using anything in ACP anyways. So I almost think there's no answer, right?
Not. Like I've used it maybe 2 or 3 times because in the first couple of times I used it, it failed. So I'm not, and then the actual time I got it to make a meme, it was horrible. So I think ChatGPT still fucking wins for that. Like I think the most used it was when Moxie was out and people were making weird ass fucking porn videos. So if that comes back, people will be making some more. Like I was all down for Moxie. I think people kind of want that shit. So I think it's a good thing to have in ACP. They just need to work out how to sort of integrate it more that's not stepping on people's toes or making people angry or anything along those lines. But I think it's there. But yeah, not sure like what agent the butler should be focusing on. Should you use him to make memes about and make it free for making memes about the agents just so to test it really because they want it to be tested more than anything. But I don't think anyone's going to be making any meme coins anytime soon. Well, they're not going to graduate. It's just a waste of time.
Yeah, all great points. I wonder if Butler should just be serving up data points even about what's going on in ACP and try to make memes of them too, like meme about how little activity it's getting and just clown on it or something. But it just all speaks to not much is actually being used here. So hope that changes quickly.
So to be fair, okay, and again, I mean, we can all shit on all this all we want. They did say this was like, it's going to be super degen at first, and this is the first iteration, right? And this is the way that they're going to progress. I think moving towards where they can do stuff with Butler through X is brilliant. Like that was the right move because people have to go to Virtual's website, to the ACP page to then interact with Butler was never going to onboard people. Like we are a very small little niche. And that wasn't going to onboard people. So this is the right move, and it's moving in the right direction. It's just, we're not maybe needing the meme coin side. But when they move to stuff, so again, I'm sorry to harp on this, but like Pretty already does this. Pretty implemented X where you can just say, hey, Pretty, make this market, and then you can bet on it. Just using X. You don't even have to go to the predict-based website. Like, so again, like, that's a brilliant use case, right? Like,
that's it. I think you just nailed it. No, I think you nailed it. Like that's probably like have it do the Billy Bet stuff, have it do the prediction market. That's the best use case. That's it right there.
Exactly. And so when they have the betting ACP cluster, have the Butler interface just be on X, where you can say, hey Billy, what's your opinion? Like, what should I bet with this game or whatever? I mean, that's a much better use case than the Luna.fun stuff.
Yeah, and then it routes the betting through Freddy base. Like might bypass actual Preddy bot and go straight use the Preddy base platform on the back end, and Billy Bets can give you the info and then bet on it that way, maybe.
Damn. These are really, really good suggestions. Right now I got on the screen, I'm just looking through ACP and I'm seeing if I can pick out any other agents that make sense. Hell, even if it's just I was gonna say, even if it's just like tied to Arbus and it's sharing some of the mindshare InfoFi info. Can you make memes on that? Maybe. Yeah, there's just so much more it could do, I would imagine. Serving up memes for any agent in the cluster, I think would be cool. I get why they're going meme coins, right? Because mindshare moves the market cap, and that's what you want for memes. So I get why they picked that at first, but come on, let's support some of these guys who've been here building, and like a lot of these teams, the builders are devs and are not good at getting mindshare. Like fucking raising my hand. That's me. That's my team. Not good at the mindshare game. Like have Butler serve some of those projects. Like give him a little hand. Give him some help.
Does anyone know what Mesh is? It's just floating in the middle by itself. I've never heard of it.
Let me find it. Let's see. Mesh.
Floating in deep space.
Mesh is the content generator agent made for effortless AI production with no prompting witchcraft. Designed for viral creation workflows on ACP. Users and agents can remix content with zero need to image or imagine images through words. Provide 2 images, and then it starts meshing. Interesting.
I've never heard of Mesh before.
Yeah, I'm with you. All right, let me see if I can get to their project page.
Yeah, same.
Okay, hang on. Let's go find Mesh. It's it's smart. For you guys who are like deep in this shit, just searching around here, you're gonna find so much stuff.
There is no Mesh.
Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, there's no Mesh agent. Huh.
I thought Katz would know, but he disappeared.
Let me see if he requested back up. Nope. Yeah, there's nothing yet. Here he is. Okay, boom. Now I feel like we've seen other agents show an ACP like Sandbox, or at least before they publicized that site, months ago. I think there were agents that popped up that didn't actually have their agent token launched too. So this isn't like, it's not usual, but I think it's happened before. Cass, what do you know about Mesh?
I don't know anything about that. I'll have to look into it.
Never heard of it. But it's getting some usage.
All right, I'm going to ask Butler about it.
Yeah.
One of the few things he's, good at is just telling us about the agents here. Let's see. All right, what is the Mesh agent? Content okay, he's basically spitting out the description here. Remix images. Does Mesh have a token launched already? All right, let's see. Mike Bennett saying sus. I think not sus. I just think it's like they're just testing. Nah, bro, I can't really tell you if the Mesh agent has its own token launched. My tools are about checking out.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I don't think he has it.
Is that some alpha that's coming?
Yeah. Yeah, maybe TG's coming. Didn't Mamo start this way too? At least it was listed in, clusters or something, but I think TGE didn't happen, or it didn't happen on virtuals. There was something with Mamo that was like very different.
Mamo launched on Aerodrome.
That was it. Was it before? Was it early on that it launched and just a lot of us weren't aware, or did it happen after we had already heard about it and it just wasn't a virtuals launch?
The deal was, so we knew that it was going to be in the ACP, but it was listed as Moonwell. And so I totally, now I saw it as like on the timeline. like as it launched or whatever and hit the bonding curve and went crazy. I sent it to you actually, and just totally didn't get involved. Wish I had. No.
Yeah, dude, no shit. All right, let's see. Memo launched June 2nd. Okay, so token launched June 2nd, and it was already behind the scenes in ACP showing up before that. So I think that's the precedent we're looking for. Something can be in ACP before it has a token even live. But then I start thinking, how does that work? Because for them to transact in ACP, it needs, well, just virtual. It doesn't need its own token. So that could make sense too.
Dude, we know that anyway. I mean, with Wack, we all knew like that was the last token that was launching, and it was already in ACP active.
Right.
That's why I did the research on why you even need the token if the agent's already interacting, right? Like,
great point. Great point. Okay, so then this is just one that as we dig and we see if it's useful or what, we start planning for, hey, if they got a Genesis launch, we're in or not in. So this is cool. It gives us a chance to do a little digging here. Oh, I think I got an answer from Arbus. Let me see if they answered here. Hang on. Let me read this reply. Okay. I'm not going to share. So sorry, that's a bit of a tease, but I at least got an answer there. I'll read through after. But yeah, okay. There's I don't think it was anything crazy, but I'll read through and see if there's more that he would mind if I share. So we'll do that maybe later, maybe on the weekend stream, something like that. So interesting, very fucking interesting, man. Anything else on your guys' radar that you're excited about? Things that are coming up, whether it's Genesis or under the radar tokens and agents like milestones, catalysts. What else has got you guys excited at all? Or even flip side, are you like not excited and worried about the virtuals ecosystem? How are we feeling?
I mean, personally, having Coinbase say that they're going to essentially list every token now is only bullish for me.
Dude, absolutely. Yeah, I would hope that sends some of these tokens. I don't know what. Can't remember if AIXBT is like already listed. I don't know. Yeah, I wonder if it translates to anything right off the bat. It's just gonna come down to marketing.
Is there any filter? Like they can't list everything. Like they gotta have some form of filter. Does anyone know what that filter would be?
Yeah, I would hope they do. I wouldn't count on them doing it, but I would hope they do because you're right. Otherwise, it's chaos and like
because how many tokens on base are there? Fucking tens of thousands.
Dude, yes. It's a great point. No, it would be awesome if they had like a tab or a filter that's just AI agents or something that's like just focused on the virtuals eco something. So we do need something there, but boy, you know what'd be cool is if any single one of the virtuals agents gets a big bump from that. And then that leads to people exploring more like, oh shit, well, there's that. Let me go look if there's anything else that's cheap. Because, like normies look for that, right? Oh, well, here's one that's, 0.0003 cents. And, everybody in their head thinks everything can go to $1. So like, does that kick off like this surge of AI tokens just because normies? Maybe. I hope.
Yeah, we all hope.
Would be cool. Guys, how should I give away this NFT? I always struggle with this on like a show. Best way to give away an NFT? Like retweet kind of thing, or
because we've been trying to think of how to best reward participants for showing up and engaging with the projects and with our spaces. So it's kind of hard because you want people to be tuning in as well, but then how do you sort of track that and everything? It's a real hard one. Yeah. Do you want someone to retweet the post about the NFT or about your spaces or follow the project or shit like that? It's kind of hard when you're on a spaces to kind of figure out this shit. I'm still racking my head about trying to figure that shit out as well.
Okay, I'm going to try because most Twitter pickers I thought got blown up, like didn't work anymore. I think I found one that works. I'm going to see if this does work. If so, we'll just do a typical like retweet. All right, let's see. The swarm.
Could Grok do it?
Oh, fuck. That's a great idea. Okay, hang on. That's a great idea. And also this Twitter picker works, but Grok would be even better. Let's see. Okay. Can you pick who retweets?
Should be able to, but I've never used Grok, so I don't know. I should start using it more.
Okay, trying it live right now. Now, this won't count. I'm going to give you guys the heads up of when the contest starts, and then we'll do it. But if Grok gives me an answer here, then we'll know it works. So I said, can you pick someone who retweets my current live stream to win a prize? And then I said, here's the tweet, and pick a winner. And he's thinking.
Think, Grok, think.
Yeah, buddy, come on. Grok, I love Grok. I love it. Man, all these LLMs and agents are getting so much better. I love the agent mode on ChatGPT. It's fucking awesome. Like really cool.
Hey, while we're waiting, we'll see. This is my first experiment with it, but I just commented for Lurky to give us a summary of the spaces. Have you looked into the Lurky at all? It's actually really cool.
So that and SongJam always give really good like recaps of the spaces, and they're usually pretty on point. Like sometimes it might get the names wrong, but it's like someone was listening and wrote it out. It's really good. I like it.
So I hopped on a spaces with Adam and the Lurky team. They did a spaces together, and Adam from SongJam. So like I was actually pretty blown away. And so when I actually logged into Lurky, I ended up having it run our Wack AI, the Yapper board spaces I did, because it didn't track it automatically. Like Goon, you and Will are in there as like automatic, like your spaces automatically get assessed every time. So it'll give a recap every time. But I asked about Reverb because they have so I don't know if you know this, Hudah, but Reverb is another prototype token. Apparently that's just like their community token. It sounds like Lurky's going to have a token come out itself that you'll need to get these recaps in the future as they build this out. So it's something to watch for, but it actually is a pretty useful tool. I actually found it pretty cool.
Interesting. So Grok just said it can't give me a list of people who repost the tweet, as silent reposts without added comments don't create searchable new posts on X. Okay, so I'm going to try it one more time. If I drop shit, let me think. I don't want to spin our wheels on this too long. If one person wants to try this, because then it'll count in the contest when I run it live. So I dropped it in the chat over on the stream. If you retweet that and leave a comment under that post too, it's saying it can do that, right? Like that if you leave a comment, then it can pick that up, which is awesome because then it's just retweet, leave a comment.
That's easy enough.
There we go. So someone try that. Lurky looks interesting. I feel like they had reached out too, and I need to check more because what I want to do, man, I think it'd be so interesting to like we get these awesome projects on, and I want to have one of these like something like Lurky, tie it to the smart wallets, and I want to see after a show how many smart traders get in a token or are selling, right? Because they're kind of like a sell the news thing, sell the hype. I want to get insights like that because I think maybe that's something that helps you sell, like sponsors or something like that. Like, hey, we have people come on and their token gains 10 smart traders. So a metric like that might be really cool. So I might reach out to Lurky and see if that would be a thing we could do.
Yeah, that's a good idea. If you mention something and some people pile in and it adds it up, you can use that as a marketing technique to get more people on.
Yeah, there's something there. Even maybe we combine something with Arbus too. There's something there I can feel. Like there's a need. I just was thinking, man, like Project On, I'm curious token price goes up or down after the show. Easy enough to go look up. Just look at a chart. But You can dial it in more and see what type of people come in. Like, I feel like that's gold. So that could be cool. That could be cool. Okay, while I'm waiting for this little contest test here, Mike Bennett already did. Okay, hang on. So let me do this test one more time. Try again with this post. Some people retweeted and made a reply. Okay. And then while we're waiting, what else? What else has caught your attention, guys? And then okay, maybe not that. How are you feeling about the virtuals ecosystem? Are you feeling like we saw the top, virtuals winding down? Are you less excited? Like, just how do you feel about where we're at in the virtual cycle right now?
I'm still bullish on it, and I think there'll be some more decent launches coming. Like, there will always be something launching that's sort of half all right. We just need some of these A-tier, S-tier kind of projects coming on, which not sure how virtuals gets them on, but it seems to be the leading like AI launchpad. They just need to market it more. But I don't think that we might have seen like the top of like 20, 30, 50 X's straight off the bat like we did at the start. Like, but I think we can still down the line get some 20, 30 X's. Like, look at Pretty. Like, it was a slow cook. We're not going to get any of these Solace ones that just pump, or Iris that just pump to stupid valuation straight up. But I think I do believe that they'll change some of the mechanisms of the Genesis launchpad soonish. I think they need to, just to maybe deter some more sellers. And I think what they need to do is let projects launch at different valuations depending on what they're after and how big the project is, just so that the project can catch more upside. Because I think it's killing them, like, because the team and the project don't have enough tokens to sort of, I don't know, push it a bit higher and harder. So I think they'll change some mechanism soon in the Genesis launchpad, and it'll change up how we see things, and they'll get some new bigger projects in that way.
I like it. Yeah, I'm hoping they've got like an ace up the sleeves. Like, there's still something big coming, a big drop coming that, I don't know, established, big brand, big project in Web3 that does an agent. I hope, and they have a knack for doing that kind of thing. Like when Iris came out, right? Something like that. But yeah, they got to bring some excitement back for sure.
Yeah, we need to make virtuals great again.
Yeah, fuck yeah, make virtuals great again, and if when it happens, and I think when, I'm not very iffy on it at all, but that Virgin token, I think that Virgin token is going to be a real spicy play. How wild would it be to like double dip on that one, like hit a big win twice on it? And I think there's potential there. Okay, I think I've got, this looks like it's partially winning. I'm just going to double check if I did get 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I got three replies, and it's picked that up, or 2 at least. I think this picker will work. So in a moment, I'll just share like officially, this is the post. Retweet it with a reply. If you already did, you're already in. It's crazy how Grok does this now. So cool. Okay, so Sanj Paul and then Gravity, it shows, replying to this. Okay, cool. I think we can do the contest that way. So officially, let's do this. I'm going to drop the post one more time in the chat. If you're in Spaces, I'll link it I'll pin it actually. If we're in Spaces, I'll pin it up here. Let me make sure I got the right one. But again, TLDR, retweet it, reply to it, and it's going to pick a winner. Okay, give me just a second here. And I hope this market bounces back. I hope I want a fun weekend. You know what I mean? It's that simple. I want a fun weekend here.
Yeah, I want my bags to go up. I'm sick of seeing red.
No shit. We've been spoiled the past, let's say week. Past week had been pretty darn nice. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's see. Again, I want to make sure I've got the exact right post. Sorry, I know this is not fun to sit and listen, but 6, 8. Okay. Yeah, we got the right one. Okay, so I pinned the tweet at the top of this spaces. That's the one. So you take that post and you retweet and you drop a comment, and comment can be whatever, but give me NFT, whatever you want. And then in just a minute, we'll do a picker. Whoever gets picked by the fucking amazing Grok is going to win that version NFT. And who knows? Who fucking knows with those things? Maybe you're up, maybe whatever. At least you got, I don't know, something kind of cool. But god damn it, we do need an NFT collection. Like we really do. Like I want to reach out to, man, I want to hit up Cons. Who had talked about the same thing? I would love to talk to Cons and maybe Vader and maybe Whitney. Again, he's just a guy who likes to do shit. So maybe Whitney too. But again, I want to get a group who will promote this thing, help us build it, like traits wise, picking out the traits that matter, supply just everything. And probably the hardest thing is finding an artist, although maybe it's time to use the chops and maybe just do it all AI. Like
get with your boy Jared Dillinger too.
Like
he's got a big following over there.
That's a good point.
As far as you were just talking about people who to get involved and spread the word.
Oh, that's a great point. Okay, maybe I would ask him to get involved too. So then it's down to the art, and before I'm thinking I need an artist who can do these layers and this and that, but I don't. I can go and play with AI. I can go use Midjourney or Grok or ChatGPT or find some other image, kind of generator, and maybe it's a fully AI generated collection, and maybe we make it like smaller, 500 editions. Okay. If we do this thing, like give me an honest feedback. Is it something that should be free or should it be a paid thing if the money raised is used for something? Don't know what that would be, but what do you guys think?
Yeah, you can charge for it if you just outline what you're going to do with it. Could be to pump in a virgin or some shit like that. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Be cool. I have an idea. This might be awesome. Okay. Doesn't mean this is how it'll go, but my first thought is any money raised goes towards content creators to hire people to clip their shows.
Yeah, it could work.
Be good because it's just promo all around. It's just getting the shows more exposure, getting some cool clips out there.
Yeah.
I don't hate that.
And give someone a job.
Yeah. Yep. Someone would get paid for it. We get some clips and grow. And like maybe it starts as a small edition collection. It just grows as we go, as we need to raise money to, pay clippers or something. But maybe it's like a 250 edition collection here. And I'm into, I don't know, 0.03. Well, all this to be figured out, but there's something there that could actually be cool. That could be cool. Get Nick involved and, get the big names. Let's make this a thing, but designed for content creators to help, kind of get the production up and get the reach up. I think I like that. I'll keep riffing on that, but I like that right here. Okay. I'll give another like 30 seconds or so for that post. Again, I'll drop it in the chat and it's pinned on the spaces, but if you want to get in on the raffle, 30 seconds here to just retweet and reply anything. And then we'll do this picker.
All right, I'm heading off.
Did you say you're heading off?
Yeah, bro.
Good shit. Dude, I'm so glad you joined. I really am. It was great to talk to you, here.
It's good talking the shit.
Hell yeah. And then tonight, your spaces, guys, make sure you tune into that.
Friday, 10 p.m. UTC, Big Will and Goon show.
Be there. Do you allow people to come up and chat?
Yeah, we got Realist, mate, on, which is launching in a couple of days.
Oh, cool shit. Okay. Very, very cool. And then like audience can come in and jam with you guys a bit.
Sure can. Always room for people to come up, ask questions. Yep.
Hell yeah.
Plenty of time.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm going to be there and I'm going to raise my hand, see if you want to bring me up or not to say hello, but that'd be sweet.
Sweet as, bro.
Awesome. Good luck with your power outages and your planning and all that stuff, and crush it later today, man. But good luck, and I'll be
later, guys.
Peace, bro.
Get some sleep, man.
Gotcha.
Okay, we'll do our picker now. I think we got the time in. Let's see. Okay, let's really do the contest now. Please pick one winner for the NFT. The person must have retweeted this post and made a reply on the post. All right, here we go. It's exciting, dude. I can't wait. I hope shit cooks. I hope things get exciting, and I can't wait till we can hopefully give away bigger, better NFTs. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. All right, it's thinking. All right, I'm just scanning the timeline, seeing if we have anything else spicy. Checking my notes here. We did the Wack yapping program. We did Rabita. We did the base app token listings, Acolyte, Billy Betts, Butler. We didn't. Oh, we talked jackpots. We did chirps. We did the Vader stuff. The NFTs. Yeah, man. I think we hit it all. And we had plenty to talk about, and it's still a slow week, which is going to be, oh my God. The pace of this thing, this ecosystem, when it is hot, crazy. So I'm going to enjoy the down week. And again, we still had endless things to talk about, which is awesome. Man, how are you guys liking the Friday thing, the Friday space and video? How are we digging it? I personally think it works. I like it, but I care a lot about what you guys think. They hate it. They hate it, fam.
It works. It always works for the streamer and the community around it. So yes, I'm enjoying my Friday night. So I'm kind of bullish on streamers right now.
That's cool. Okay. Carbon said he likes it too. And it just it works that it's a 1 day a week thing, right? We keep the interviews going 1 day a week. It's where we plan to, get together. And I will promote more so we get more people on here. Okay. We got Sanj Paul one. And I think that's Mike Bennett. That's you, right? I think. I fucking love that you can use Grok for this now. It picked all the people who replied. Everybody's there. And again, I think that's Mike. You just let me know, Mike, if that's you and you got the Virgin NFT on your way. So let's see. And then a heads up here. Okay, let's do the self shills because we'll be wrapping in a second. Guys, of course, it is Mike. Okay, good shit. Congrats, man. You've won a couple of contests with me, which is awesome. I promise it's not rigged, but real fucking cool. All right, guys. So subscribe over here on CryptoSlam. Again, Monday through Friday, we get these crazy awesome guests coming in. Next week, I can't tell you details yet, but next week, there is a mega stream coming. And I can't tell you who and what exactly, but it's a mega stream. It's like a marathon 12-hour stream coming with some very, very big names joining that thing. As of now, it looks like I'll be on co-hosting. I can't fucking wait. It's going to be late at night, too. Like, for me, it starts at like 8 p.m. or 9 p.m., but we're going on 12. It's an all-nighter for me. But I'm doing it because it's such a spicy event. So be ready for that. It's going to be awesome. Yeah, again, follow CryptoSlam on YouTube. On the weekend, I'll self-shill. I don't mind. On the weekend, guys, I still stream. I do this 7 days a week now. So tomorrow and Sunday at, 8 a.m. Eastern time, I stream on my personal channel. That's called Inside NFTs. And we're going to talk about NFTs and crypto. And we touch AI a bit, like especially important stuff. But I try to make that more crypto NFT focused and really just casual. And we do conspiracy theory talk and politics. It's everything. So if you're into a morning stream that just goes anywhere, man, that's for you. So Carbon, keep you in mind for artist team on the virtual. Oh, okay. Absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely, Carbon. I'll reach out for that. There we go. Wait. Gravity is saying it thought only Mike met the criteria. Okay, before I call Mike the official winner, let me see. Hang on. Users who quote tweeted, users who replied. The only who did both. Oh, okay. Hang on. Thank you for pointing that out, Gravity. It wanted somebody who did everything, like above and beyond. I only want you to pick someone who. Is it because the others didn't tweet, though? Like Gravity, did you retweet? Because if you retweeted Gravity, then it's a problem. If you didn't retweet, then that's why Mike won. So let's see. Otherwise, I'm just going to tell it pick anyone who replied. Hoods, I'm doing an NFT giveaway, right? People who retweet and like. Okay, you guys retweeted too. Okay, it's an NFT. It's just like a really small kind of nothing burger NFT that I like. It's a virtuals kind of related NFT. In fact, get it in real quick, Hoods. The this post here, we'll let him win or enter. Okay, that post right there. Just reply to it. I'm going to change the rules on this and say, let's change the rules. Only okay. The winner doesn't need to retweet. Sorry about that, Mike, but I got to be fair here. I don't know why it picked quote tweets as part of the criteria. Hoods, let me know when you get your reply in there. What else? We got some Swarm announcements coming next week. There is a much bigger thing coming in the very near future. A lot of you that follow, always have for, long time. The Slam AI ecosystem is really ramping up. That is really ramping up. It's very close to the Slam season. So be aware of that. That is going to be a much bigger project. That is the evolution of CryptoSlam and on-chain data. That's going to be a big fucking thing. I think, without really talking token price, I think that's going to be a whole other level. I look at something like Velvet Unicorn, who has their Velvet Unicorn token, and then they released a top level platform token, and it's 10x from there. Right? We'll see. We'll see. I'm just telling you, there's a bigger token coming. E-Rock, good morning, man. Okay. I hope Hoods is in. I think I'm going to do this now anyways, just because I don't want to keep everybody waiting here. So let's do it. Change the rules. Winner doesn't need to retweet. The winner only needs to reply. Pick one winner from this post. Hoods, I hope you got it in. Anticipation. Also, skimming my bookmark, seeing if we had any other spicy stories outside of AI even. Always got them. Always got them. Man, NFTs have been looking great, which is awesome. SEC Chair Paul Atkins says Wall Street and Silicon Valley companies lined up at the door with requests to tokenize. Boy, it's about to get really fun here. Really freaking fun here. God, can't wait. We got a fun year ahead of us here. That's for sure. Strategy announces 10 billion in Q2 profits, and filed a 4.2 billion STRC offering to raise more money to buy Bitcoin. So they're buying another 4 billion. Hey, Dropking won. There we go. They're raising another 4 billion to buy Bitcoin. So there you go. Okay, our winner, and we'll stick with this. Our winner is Dropking here. GG's, man. And there we go. And actually, fuck it. Mike, I minted some. I'm going to send you one. So send me your address anyways. I'll send you one of these. Dude, Carbon. Yeah. Hudah didn't put you there too. Well, this thing's busted. I just to lock in a thing. We're going to give it to Dropking. I will find a better way to do this because that wasn't super fair. But yeah. Mike's getting one. Dropking's getting one. The rest of you, SOL. Go mint one. $14. Also, maybe don't. I don't think they'll be worth anything, but you never know. I think we're gonna wrap there, boys. Good show. Hey, fun show. I personally am digging the Friday things. Mike, send me your address, and Dropking, send me your address. DM me on X. You guys can get me. You guys already know, but you guys can find me at Hudah_idiot. Make sure you follow me there, guys. And then, of course, follow our AI agent. It's the Swarm_AI. Again, announcements next week. Cool shit coming. I can't wait to start sharing more of that. It's been a long time overdue. You guys have been waiting for fucking ever, but appreciate your patience. There we go. Guys, enjoy your Friday. I hope I see you this weekend on the stream, but if not, hope it's a killer weekend for you guys. We'll see you back here then on Monday. Guys, have a great day. We will see you. Goodbye.